What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are back for another football video. This time we're going to be previewing the Champions League game against Schalke away in the first leg of the last 16. Now, it doesn't seem like 2 minutes ago since we was last in Champions League action. If you remember rightly, City ended up finishing first in their group, and so therefore we've been drawn away from home in the first leg, and we're going to be facing a team that finished second, and obviously we're looking at Group D with Schalke, who ended up finishing second. So that's why we're playing in Germany. So Schalke's form at the moment, not great. Won one of the last 5 Bundesliga games. At the weekend, they drew 0-0 at home with Freiburg. They're sitting 14th in the league, currently struggling a little. However, I don't think they're in much danger of going down. They've got a little bit of a cushion there for them to play with, so really under no pressure in this Champions League game. Got everything to play for going forward, see what they can do against Manchester City. So we're in a little bit of a tricky situation here, because Man City obviously going for it on all 4 fronts in all competitions, whereas Schalke probably not going to be in Europe next season unless they end up getting some kind of miracle in the Bundesliga. They're going to look to try and cement their safety in the Bundesliga, so they've got not much to concentrate on. So it's all action to the Champions League. It makes this a dangerous, difficult game. Now, they finished second in Group D. They finished behind FC Porto, who finished first in their group. Galatasaray finished third, and Lokomotiv Moscow finished 4th. We're different gravy compared to them other teams. We're currently the Premier League champions. We're currently sitting on top of the Premier League, and like I said, fighting for all 4 major trophies at this moment in time. So it's going to be a very difficult game for Schalke. Whilst it's going to be a difficult game for us going to Schalke, it's going to be a difficult game for Schalke being able to deal with us. We're a difficult team to play against. We run a lot, we pass a lot, we make things happen, we're very attacking, and we like to score goals. So it makes it very difficult for both sides here. We could end up with a very tight game, in my opinion. And like I said, it's our reward for finishing first is that we face Schalke, which, no disrespect to Schalke, it's better than facing teams like Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Barcelona, teams like that, Juventus, PSG, etc, etc. It's better than facing them, Bayern Munich as well. We ended up facing Schalke, who were sitting 14th in the Bundesliga, not first or second. So still going to be difficult. If you remember rightly, Spurs ended up beating Dortmund, who are currently top of the Bundesliga last week, made things look all too easy in that second half. But in the first half, they found it very difficult creating chances, and if Dortmund managed to grab themselves a goal, Tottenham wouldn't have won that game by 3 goals, I can guarantee you right now. So it's up to Manchester City to do what Tottenham did, which is take our chances and try and be as aggressive as possible in the middle, and try and be aggressively clinical going forward and trying to put our chances away. And that's the way to go against German teams. We've played against German teams in the past. We know what to expect. We've played Bayern Munich before. We've played Hoffenheim just this season. We've played other teams. We've played Mönchengladbach. So we know what to expect. Having a look at Schalke's team, we've got former City lads in there. Obviously, we've got Matondo, who we sold in the summer. He's just made his first Bundesliga start at the weekend. And also, you've got Nastasic, the former Manchester City centre-back, also playing, who I'm expecting to start in this game. I'm not too sure if Matondo will or not, but it'll make it a very interesting game. Both former City lads, so it's nice to see them. Also looking through their squad, they've got Sebastian Rudy, who didn't start in their last Bundesliga game. I'm not sure if he'll be playing in this game either, but Manchester City, if you remember rightly during my transfer updates, were linked with him. So he's a holding midfielder, a defensive midfielder, a player that will look to try and win the ball back, try and be as aggressive in the middle, and try and bring the ball forward. If you remember, Manchester City did lose in the Champions League this season. We lost at home to Lyon, and we found it quite difficult in Lyon. And one thing they did so well was utilising their holding midfielders, being aggressive and trying to work the ball as quickly as possible to their attackers to launch counter-attacks, because Man City plays such a high line. So it's going to be, that's the way that Schalke might go about that. So they might go with an extra man in midfield and try and utilise space and utilise balls over. You saw that with Newport County. Balls over managed to work well. So they might be targeting that. However, I'm expecting them to do a lot of running. That is what German teams are known for. Direct, running, aggressive and attacking and scoring goals. So that's what I'm expecting from Schalke here. Hoffenheim did it. We've got a narrow 2-1 away win, if you remember, in Germany in the group stages. So it's going to be just as difficult in this game, going in front of imagine probably a packed house in Gelsenkirchen. So it's going to be a very difficult game for us. 20th of February, Wednesday, 8 PM kickoff here in England, GMT, 62,000 capacity crowd. Beautiful ground, by the way. They've got that lovely box right in the middle of the stadium. Quite an unusual look. It all looks very enclosed. I remember it well from the World Cup 2006. It obviously shows highlights, replays, advertisements, things like that in the middle, and it gives it that very unique smart look about it. I do love the stadium. I'm very jealous of everyone getting to go to the game because it's stunning. It's one of my favourite stadiums in the whole wide world. Absolutely love it. So we're looking for a positive result from this game. In terms of Champions League knockout stages, you're always looking to stay in the tie. And considering we're not going up against the elite like Barcelona and Real Madrid, I'm going to be looking at trying to get a positive result from this game. Any kind of win would be absolutely fantastic. A score draw would also do me. I would tell you right now, I'd take a 1-1 or a 2-2 here. It means they've got to come to the Etihad Stadium, and you would think have to win the game. That's very difficult. Not many teams can do that, not just in Europe but in the Premier League. It's very difficult. Over 2 legs, there's lots of running. Like I said, Schalke, they're trying to keep themselves clear of that relegation zone. Manchester City are trying to go for it on all 4 fronts. Some tired legs will get there by the time the second leg comes about, so we're looking to try and get a positive result. I'm not expecting this to be like the Basel game last season where we ended up killing the game right there and then by winning the game but comfortably, so we're looking at 3 or 4 goals. I'm not looking for that. I don't think Manchester City will do that. I think that Schalke are too good to let us do that. We are capable, but I don't expect it. City, we're not magnificent away from home. It becomes a very difficult game for us. Like I said, any kind of positive result, I'll take that 100%. In terms of team news, Kompany's just returned to training, but I'm not expecting him to start in this game. I'm not too sure if he'll travel. It'll be interesting. I've done this video before. Manchester City has announced who's travelled. Mendy and Bravo certainly won't be playing in this game. Very difficult, this. We're going to go with Danilo, we're going to go with Walker, we're going to go with David Silva in the middle, we're going to go with De Bruyne and Gundogan, who work so well against Chelsea, and they're also experienced at playing in Germany too. We're going to go with Bernardo Silva, or we're going to go with Leroy Sane, we're going to go with Bernardo Silva in the middle, or we're going to go with Aguero up front, as we're going to see Jesus start. Pep's experienced in the Bundesliga too. There's so many questions here. There's so many experienced Bundesliga players that we've got in our squad too. Are we going to utilise that? We're going to go with our own philosophy. I suspect that Pep will go with a team that he thinks is capable of winning this game, and I suspect that team will be quite similar to what it was against Chelsea. They also like to do a lot of passing, a lot of running, a lot of work off the ball, and so Manchester City may go a little bit more of a direct approach in the middle, which I wouldn't be surprised to see then Fernandinho, De Bruyne sitting deeper, and then Gundogan being given the freedom in the midfield to go forward, and then we'll see Bernardo Silva play on the wings, and obviously we'll see Sterling. You can't drop Sterling nor Aguero up front. That's what I reckon we'll probably end up going with in the middle. At the back, quite difficult. Left back's a big situation. Is it going to be Zinchenko? Is it going to be Laporte? We're going to see, like I said, Danilo. We're going to see Walker. Is Otamendi going to get a start? Lots of questions, lots of things to think about. It keeps things unpredictable. It makes things difficult for Schalke to prepare. City have got basically 2 squads. Which one of them, 11 players of these 22 players, are going to start in this game? Everyone can easily put their credentials forward and give themselves a case to be able to start in this game. It's going to be very difficult. Score prediction makes this very difficult. Like I said, I'd be happy with a score draw, 1-1 or 2-2. Gives us an away goal and gives us something to work with at the Etihad. And it means then that they're going to need to win, obviously, at the Etihad, you would think. So it makes it very difficult. I'm going to go for 2-1 Manchester City. I reckon David Silva probably won't start in this game. He might come off the bench and do the last 20-25 minutes. And David Silva was brilliant at Hoffenheim away earlier this season, got an 88th minute winner. He could be the key. We've got a lot of players on the bench. If things aren't working out too well, we can always make the changes and try and change things up. Won't be the first time that we've seen that. So it makes it quite difficult. I'm going to go for 2-1 though to Manchester City, and gives us plenty of confidence going forward into that second leg, which again won't be easy. I'm not taking anything for granted here. This is going to be 2 difficult legs of football against a very good, well-drilled German Schalke side. So it makes it very difficult. I'm going to pop up my team prediction now for you. I've gone for Ederson in goal. I've gone for Kyle Walker over Danilo at right back. I've gone for Laporte to start in this game. I think Zinchenko will start at Wembley on Sunday in the Carabao Cup final. I've gone for Laporte in this game for us to go with Stones and Otamendi in case Bold do decide to come over and they try and use that more direct approach. Otamendi is very good in the air and also very useful on set pieces at winning the ball in the air. Fernandinho is also good at that. So it makes things very dominating and very aggressive and very physical in the middle, which is always good, particularly going up against, like I said, well-drilled German sides. I've gone for De Bruyne and Gundogan, both experienced Bundesliga players. And for Bernardo Silva and Raheem Sterling on the wings, but Bernardo Silva, they'll keep exchanging the wings, but I suspect it will probably be Bernardo Silva on the right and Raheem Sterling on the left, and then Aguero up front. Like I said, you can't drop Sergio Aguero. He is in scintillating form. He is the danger man here. If Schalke can't cut off Man City being able to create chances for Sergio Aguero to put it into the back of the net, they're going to be in for a long evening. Just like Manchester City, if we don't find the space to try and deal with Schalke's more direct approach and balls over and pace pace going forwards and the aggression in the middle, if we don't deal with that, then again Schalke's going to cause us a lot of difficult problems. What I love about the Champions League is you see two different philosophies, two different styles. Both managers won't change things up. They'll say, here's my style, here's my players, you do your thing. They'll turn up, here's our style, here's our thing, and they'll do their thing. It'll make it a very interesting game. Sometimes you end up with a mixed match, sometimes you end up with difficult games like the Lyon game, sometimes you end up with Manchester City annihilating teams. Like Shakhtar Donetsk, we struggled a little bit against them last season, whereas this season we haven't struggled against them at all and ended up blitzing them apart. So we ended up, you don't know what's going to happen. It makes it very unpredictable, but keeps things very, very exciting. So there we go, that's been the preview. Please, 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 in the comments below, let me know your score and team prediction for this game. Best of luck to Schalke, best of luck to Manchester City. Hopefully we can come out on the right end. And hello to any Schalke fans watching. If you're new around here, you're interested, we'll have the analysis up of this game after the game, and then we'll have the same game preview and analysis up for the second leg, I think in 3 weeks time. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. So if you're new around here, make sure you press the red button and subscribe. Press the bell and put your notifications on to be notified when I've uploaded. We'll have the analysis up for this on Thursday, so make sure you stay tuned for that. We've got plenty more football videos, plenty more Manchester City videos coming up in the meantime. Also, don't forget to check out my Twitter and Instagram, my social media links. They're in the description below. If you want to hit me up with any sponsorships or any business enquiries, my email is also in the description below. And I'll see you all again for the next video. So it's been JSGC. Have a lovely rest of your day. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the week. It's Champions League week. Big games coming up. Oh, it's tiring February. So I'll see you all again soon. Peace. Ciao for now.